The following may contain language which will be offensive to some people and inappropriate for children. Still here? Then pour your favorite beverage and let's get this fucking show started.
Fantastic Forum, assemble! You're watching Fantastic Forum, the premier show about comic books and your live weekly conversation about entertainment and geek culture. We are the Fantastic Forum, coming to you live and direct from the Hall of F. Hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, as the case may be, depending on where you are in the world. And if you're not, you should stick with us. We'll help you take it up a notch. You have the usual suspects in the building. First, he is our riddle, inside of an enigma, trapped in Chinese finger cuffs. You don't know him. You love him anyway. He's our silent assassin, Jay.
Hey, what's up?
What's up? Next, he is our intrepid senior reporter. He's next in line for the cowl. He is our resident Dark Knight detective. It's Oz.
My dog's complaining about something.
I'm sure your dog has plenty to complain about. I don't know why that would be. Oh no, he's shaking his fist. Next, he's the backbone, the pillar, the strength of Fantastic Forum, our nigh invulnerable brawler and resident strongman, Moses Magnum.
Yeah, man, I was gonna go dark with it and say, well, at least you didn't have to watch somebody put your dog down in your living room. But, you know.
Sheesh, that is dark.
But he left, so now it's wasted.
Yeah. Lucky us who are all still here.
Yeah. Well, no, you missed me.
As for myself, my name is Lawrence Young. They call me Mayor Young. Welcome to Fantastic Forum. We have a great show for you today. We are going to be talking to you all about the Ironheart finale, the final 3 episodes of the Ironheart series, and talking about it in its totality. So we got that for you, and of course, whatever else it is that you all want to talk about, and we'll tell you how it is. You can let us know in just a moment. But before we do that, we want to make sure that we thank Mr. Scott Rubin, because without him, this show would not exist. So thank you, Scott Rubin. Hope all is well with you, good sir. And with that said, let's have the intern come in and do what they do. Intern. Any day now.
Want to get in on the action? Call Fantastic Forum on Skype and join the fun. Too shy to call in? That's okay. You can join the Discord chat room available at
fantasticforum.live.
Join the party. You know you want to.
Indeed. Go to fantasticforum.live. You can go ahead, hit the call-in button. You will be the 5th member of Fantastic Forum. Or if you want and prefer not to be on camera, you can always, use just your voice, use like a little avatar or something, or go to the chat where we'll take your comments directly out of the chat and bring them into the show, such as insert witty chat comment here, Jay.
Hexilla says what?
What? I agree. So yeah, just like that. But yeah. So this show is interactive. Feel free to participate. We'd love to hear what you got to say. With that said, I guess before we go any further, we should make sure that we acknowledge the passing of Jim Shooter. Jim Shooter died this past Monday. And for those of you who may not know who Jim Shooter is, he is a comic book creator, but also a legend in the field for how he revolutionized the industry as editor-in-chief. I mean, primarily of Marvel, but he worked at DC before that. He also in the 90s helped launch Malibu. But yeah,
Valiant too. I think it was Valiant, if not both.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I think you're right. I think it is Valiant. I have to look. Now I got to double check. I don't want to you know, miscredit the man.
Yeah.
But hugely influential in regards to bringing a certain level of professionalism to the comic book industry. The man that many people credit with being responsible for the first company-wide comic book crossover. So it's like, what no matter how you feel about crossover events at this point, where, whether you want to say that's for better or for worse, but still innovation that hadn't happened yet. And so, just wanted to give props to Jim Shooter because, he was a pillar in the comic book community, and now he is gone. So, I'd like to just wanted to put that out there before we get into shenanigans. I don't know if anybody has anything else they want to say about Jim Shooter, but if not, we'll move on. Okay, gentlemen, it's good to have the entire forum here. Look, it's been too long. It's like I feel like I was gone, and y'all were holding it down, and then Mo was gone, and it's like, it's been a minute since we've gotten to have all four of us on here. So, like, it feels good. You all are doing okay?
Yeah, doing good.
Huzzah! How about you, Mo? Like, you look a little red. What?
What
are you gonna say? I'm like, I don't know. Like, you were just like in the sun.
Yeah, I did go hiking. Did like a 6-mile hike last week.
Piercings.
But I think it's also this camera. Sony's having of giving you a little magenta, and I haven't used it in a while. And there's new settings and my light reset.
I got you.
I think that's a little bit of that too. Like,
when did you get the piercings?
About a month ago.
Because
like last week of April, yeah.
Oh, you thought he's having an allergic reaction?
I haven't noticed them, or you just haven't been wearing them?
You know what? I switched to I had the little like studs that they give you first, and then I switched to the rings.
Because I was gonna say it makes it look like you got vampire fangs coming out.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like I was thinking,
what I was trying to do is I was gonna do those and then do up top 2, and then just so I could finally shut the fuck up for a little bit.
There it is. Mm-hmm. Listen, we got a caller. Ladies and gentlemen, Hecht is in the building. Tell the people where you're calling from and what do you want to talk about, Hecht?
I'm calling from the moist asshole of the devil.
Oh, Lord.
What's that?
Florida?
No, Arizona.
Oh.
Same difference, though.
It's actually kind of dry in Arizona. I think the moist would be...
No, it rained today.
Oh.
Yeah. It's hot and moist.
Yeah. You don't want that. That's like your inside swamp ass.
Dude, inside, I'm good. The AC's on. Like, everything's kind of balanced. I'm good.
Nice.
Well, look, it's good to have you here, Hecht. Look, I'm happy you're here because I was gonna reference you anyway, whether you were here or not.
Oh.
Because I was perusing Facebook and I felt like you made a post like just in the past hour that I was like, oh, that perfectly encapsulates the thoughts on this particular topic, because I was going to bring up the Street Fighter movie castings that have been getting
That's
dude, listen,
wild, man.
But Heck basically said this. He said this movie is either going to be the biggest flop or amazing. Have you guys seen these castings yet for Street Fighter?
I didn't internalize them, so I remember it being someone being a little ridiculous, but I don't remember who I was.
All of it,
dude. The first one I saw,
Kyle and Blanc are the ones I didn't like. I thought had to be fake.
Dude, let me tell you, the first
Guile, I think they're in talks. I don't think that's confirmed yet.
Well, look, Guile, which this is on your post too, where you said Guile is rumored to be or in talks. is Cody Rhodes. So that's the wrestler Cody Rhodes, which I don't know if if I know not everybody watches wrestling, but if you see Cody Rhodes, like Cody Rhodes is one hairstyling away from being Guile, basically. like really, that's it. Like like of course he's a WWE wrestler, so he has the physique, but he's also like a pretty physical guy. You know what I'm saying? Like he definitely has the charisma for it. So it's like that's crazy. Like and I mean I don't know that Cody Rhodes has done any professional acting.
He did an episode of Arrow.
Oh, did he?
He's good with Stephen Amell.
Yeah, they had like a beef in the WWE too, right? Like
they had a match.
Oh, I didn't know. What did he do in Arrow? I don't remember that.
He was a bad guy. He was like a thug bad guy. Hey, it's a bat.
Was he good?
That kind of. He was all right. I mean,
that's fair.
CW show. How good can he be?
That's fair. But yeah, that is Cody Rhodes. So if you all haven't seen Cody Rhodes, the idea of him playing Guile, I was just like, wow, okay. But the rest of these have been confirmed, and I was just like, the first one I heard was 50 Cent as Balrog.
That's the stupidest shit, man.
I was like, 50 Cent as Balrog.
Old ass 50 Cent?
Say what?
Old man 50 Cent?
Pushing 50 Cent.
I mean, at that point, you might as well just get Mike Tyson back.
Exactly.
Wait. First, well, don't get me wrong. I mean, Mike Tyson obviously is the obvious inspiration for Balrog here in America. It was actually,
and we know he's good at fake fighting.
But now, keeping in mind that Mike Tyson is definitely much older than 50 Cent.
Did you ever see Ip Man 4?
I don't think I did. Is Mike Tyson in that?
Yeah, he has a fight in that one.
Oh wow!
And he beats the shit out of Ip Man.
With boxing?
Yeah.
I love it.
And you can tell it's very. The editing wasn't that great either, but he's there.
Yeah,
He did what he had to do.
Yeah, Balrog wears a muscle shirt, so I mean, he doesn't have to be like super ripped or anything. He can just build up a little bit.
Yeah, no, trust me, I know 50 Cent will make a good showing. Like, don't get me wrong. I
meant Mike Tyson. I want Mike Tyson.
That's
he's got the old man muscles where it's the skin starts to sag. He's 59. I don't better shape than I'll ever be, but still.
Yeah. But I honestly like the Hex sentiment for the whole movie, that 50 Cent casting is the exact same thing. Like that could either be ridiculous and terrible, or it could be amazing. Because 50 Cent, he's not terrible, but Balrog definitely feels within his range. You know what I mean? Definitely. So, this, they have, I don't know all of these people, but I know from the reaction from folks, people, a lot of these people are pretty well known.
In Bison. I know I've seen him in stuff.
He's Polka Dot Man.
Yeah.
Is that who he is? I knew he looked familiar.
Yeah. I don't know how you say his last name.
David Dalmshine.
There, thank you.
I'm not even gonna try.
Yeah.
He's a comic book creator.
Is he?
Yeah, I think it's not Dr. Midnight. Something like Female Demon Hunter or something. I forget what she was called. I actually have it. Oh, Count Crowley is what it is. Count Crowley, Female Monster Hunter or some shit. On Dark Lord.
But he was an actor and then too. Right. But he was a comic creator and then an actor and then a comic creator?
He started acting and then broke into comics.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, cool. Hey, I'm not mad at no. And the dude's a great actor.
It's a Dark Horse book too. It's not an independent.
Mm-hmm. The only thing is I'm not convinced. I don't like how they always cast smaller people to be M. Bison. I'm
What
like, M. Bison's like one of the biggest people in the whole game.
And he's always like imposing, like like even like Raul Julia playing. I'm like, the dude was a great actor, but he still didn't look like it. You know?
No.
The only thing that made it imposing is like the way he talks, you know. But that barely sold it just because that movie is so crazy, you know.
Yeah, he looks like Raul Julia looked ridiculous as M. Bison, like honestly, and like, but Raul Julia is still Raul Julia, so he does get over to a certain degree.
He had the
kind of lines,
huh?
He's so iconic in that. He's got like, one of the best lines in movie history.
That line is fantastic. Where for what was it for me? It was Tuesday.
Yeah, see, I didn't even say like you knew exactly what.
Yeah, absolutely right. No, that joint was amazing. So you know, and he definitely But I'm just saying, like it's so interesting the idea that we don't ever have somebody that has looked like M. Bison yet, and it seems like we're going with that tradition, even though like this I'm sorry, oh boy, David is definitely like more imposing than Raul Julia. So
yeah, because I think he's actually like really tall, like 6'5" or something.
Yeah, no, I think he is tall, and then also too, who knows? He might decide to put on some muscle too. I don't know, but I know he's not going to be M. Bison big.
He's going to get on the rock workout.
but some other casting here. Roman Reigns as Akuma, which Roman Reigns is another wrestler, and like Roman Reigns is
is he gonna dye his hair red?
I would assume he'd have to.
So
like huh?
He would look odd with red hair though. But
I listen.
But they'll probably do prosthetics too, like because of the face, because he's kind of deformed too. So
I think Roman Reigns can pull off Akuma too, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah,
like
I'm not saying it's just more the look than anything, but I think the performance will be there.
I'm not saying you're saying that wouldn't be the case. I'm shocked myself because I would not have cast Roman Reigns, but thinking about it, I'm like, damn, Roman Reigns might be good as Akuma. But then
like I feel like I've already seen him in that like gi like tournament.
So, when they started talking about this, like Roman Reigns was like the first one they had talked about. They talked about him and Jason Momoa at the same time.
Right,
they're up for roles.
Jason Momoa as Blanca,
and that's crazy, man,
dude. I didn't know how much I wanted that to happen until I read it. I was like, I want to see Jason Momoa's Blanca. Like, I think that can be amazing. Like, I'm just like one of those roles where it's like, okay, finally, like what Momoa actually does when he acts, maybe fitting a character. You know what I mean? Because I'm just like, I'm not mad at Jason Momoa for being Jason Momoa because that's awesome, but it usually doesn't fit, right? Like, or at least a lot of the roles lately, I guess what I'm saying, maybe. Like, Aquaman, for instance. Like, Jason Momoa's Aquaman doesn't make any sense. But Jason Momoa's Blanca? I'm like, that might work. It might.
I don't know, man. Like, I have hope, but at the same time, I have hope that it's going to be horrible, too.
So, look, either way it goes, at this point, we're kind of like, I think people are like, this has the potential to be an even bigger spectacle than the Van Damme Street Fighter movie, which is crazy to say.
Oh, yeah, and Cody Rhodes isn't on coke the whole time, so.
Wait, was Van Damme on coke?
Apparently.
On coke in that one.
Yeah. But that especially Van Damme.
That explains a lot. I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's some documentaries, man. They're like, yeah, he was coked up every day. It's like when you hear about the Blues Brothers and they were like, where's Jim Belushi? Or where's John Belushi? He's all drunk in the back of a Circle K or something.
Yeah.
It's going to be the same thing. Like Van Damme's all coked up behind the trailer.
I see Tiger Claws in chat. He does ask, what do we think of 50 Cent as Balrog? See, this is how we know you didn't tune into the show. You tuned in late, Tiger Claw. We talked about 50 Cent as Balrog. I like the idea. I think it can work. So,
I'm 50-50 about it.
Yeah. Yeah, and Tiger Claw also says I'm still waiting for the other characters, which I mean, in this list they have they're talking about, you know, Guile is in talks supposedly.
Is Jason Momoa gonna dye his hair red?
Oh, jeez.
Nah, man, they got to give him a wig for that.
Yeah,
I think Momoa would do it.
Right?
I think he's down enough. He would do it.
I don't think
Roman Reigns is the one I'm not sure about.
Roman Reigns is supposed to be coming back pretty soon, so I don't think he's gonna dye his hair.
Yeah.
So I mean, Roman Reigns could just use, like, I mean, Akuma thing looked like a wig already, right? So it's like, you know, but Balrog, Ken, Akuma, Ryu, Blanca, Chun-Li, and M. Bison are who they've talked about so far.
No,
I want to know. I want to know how deep they're gonna go. With
they got Dan also. Did you mention Dan?
Yeah,
no,
Dan.
they got Dan.
Yeah.
Dan. That's a great casting.
Andrew Schultz.
Andrew Schultz, the comedian?
Yeah. I think so, right? That's the same one, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know who that is.
You'd recognize him. Here, I'll put up.
Yeah.
I'll put a picture of him.
That's weird. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
I saw a picture of him that I was gonna put up, and he looks too normal. I'm used to seeing him kind of weird.
Yeah. No,
he's got that stupid mustache all the time.
Yeah.
I'm like, I found the one picture of him as like a normal dude.
I don't even know what normal Andrew Schultz looks like, but yeah, he always has like a bit of a look to him. So, and you know, Andrew Schultz, like, I mean, I think generally speaking, he's funny. And I guess maybe, you know, I don't know, like maybe that's what they're going
I mean,
for.
Dan is the most unserious character in the whole thing.
So you'd recognize him.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, it doesn't feel like it fits like how most of the other ones, like the other ones, I'm like, oh, I can see it. But Andrew Schultz is Dan. I don't know. Like, I feel like he's gonna be the Jason Momoa.
Well, Dan's always kind of been a joke character, right?
Yeah,
right.
He's probably,
but he's not even gonna.
He's gonna.
Dan is basically Hercule.
He's basically Hercule. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Listen, I don't think, but he's not going to try to look like Dan.
He already does. I think he's pretty good.
Long hair.
Yeah.
He looks like
all he needs is a ponytail.
Maybe I haven't seen Dan lately. Like what does Dan in Street Fighter look like?
Andrew Schultz is a dude he's the one that pissed off the Puerto Ricans, right?
No.
That
was Tony Hinchcliffe.
Oh yeah. No, Tony Hinchcliffe is definitely a different dude.
Yeah, we
look the same to me.
No, they're very different. They're very different.
Oh, that's not right. Tony Hinchcliffe is funny too, but in a different way. I think so. Like I but you know, he's not everyone's brand of comedy. Like, I personally find it funny, but you know, but I get it. So,
I mean, I don't find Bill Burr funny either, but there's times
well, that's because you're broken, Hecht. Listen,
there's a lot of things broken about me, brother.
That's like, oh, you know what's not funny? Dave Chappelle. It's like, oh, okay. You just hate comedy. I get it. Like, you should have just said that at first.
Like, it's not that he hates comedy; he hates to laugh.
He hates to laugh.
How dare you make me laugh at things?
I'm like, oh Jesus. Who's your favorite comedian, Heck?
Oh fuck.
Like, stand-up wise, who's somebody that, like, you know, like, every time you see them, they're gonna make you laugh?
Shit.
You can think about it. You don't have to answer right now. Don't worry. We'll come
I
back
guess
to it.
like Fluffy.
Fluffy is funny.
Chappelle. I laugh at a lot of his shit.
Mm-hmm.
No, just him. Like,
solid. He said just them. Yeah,
like,
but
them two and George Lopez, and that's like they're solid. Like, I'll laugh at like the whole thing.
Got you. Okay, cool. So yeah, man. But that's why I was gonna bring you up, Heck, because I was like, this movie, like, and don't get me wrong, I don't even know who's gonna write it or any of that kind of stuff. I would be really happy to learn who's like gonna do the writing for a movie like this, because, you know, like, like Street Fighter is basically like the opposite of Mortal Kombat when it comes to stories. Like it's
I thought I had seen
they're never really great, but maybe somebody could come up with something this time.
I think I saw who was writing, but I don't remember. But I think the information's out there.
Oh, okay. Well, I gotta go find it. So let's see what else is happening. Oh, you know what else I wanted to talk to you all about or mention to you all is have you all heard the rumor about you guys heard recently how Warner Brothers Discovery split the company and they have like the gaming and like streaming stuff like separate.
Yeah.
Not from each other, but like in one company or whatever. So the rumor is that Sony might be interested in buying that division of Warner Brothers Discovery. So owning like the media, streaming, and gaming rights for all of Warner Brothers Discovery, which of course includes DC. So the rumor is Sony might buy basically DC. And which, that in itself is huge. The idea of like Sony, not only from, the media perspective, but also from a gaming perspective, like Sony having the ability to like publish and produce DC titles is one thing. But, for someone like myself who, of course, like get your your hee-hees, get your hee-hees ready here, Oz. The important part of this whole thing is that I believe that, or at least it's been rumored that there is, and this makes total sense, that there's a stipulation inside of Sony's contract that the rights to Spider-Man, if they acquire another comic book company, they can't, or comic property, they can't retain those rights to Spider-Man. And so that would mean the rights would revert back to Marvel. So Marvel might get, if that happens, Marvel might get the entire Spider-Man licensing back.
Wait,
so we can get Into the Spider-Verse 2, Part 2, or Part 3, technically. Still waiting for that shit, man.
I know, man.
It's still rendering. That's why
they have a
still rendering.
They do still rendering. They only have half the frames.
Look, they still need all the voices. No one's recorded anything, goddamn. And what were you saying, Jay?
Well, they put out a release date for it.
When's that?
Didn't they push it back again?
I don't know about that. I just remember them putting out a release date.
Yeah, I don't know. But I was like, first of all, just the news of that by itself.
Summer 2027.
Oh, is that what it is for real?
Yeah, because it's rendering. You know
Summer
how long
2027?
You know how long a movie like that takes to render?
How long? When did the last one come out? Was that 23? Like a year and a half? Was it 23?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like, that's too long.
It was originally supposed to come out March 29th, 2024. And
and then they pushed it back.
Yeah, it's been getting pushed back.
Well, listen.
But at least there is a date.
No, Joe. No, not at least there's a date. Like, Joe.
Jay's always the optimist.
Look, they might as well have said friggin' 2055. Like, okay. No, it doesn't matter. 2027 is too far.
And then if the sale goes through.
Jay is always looking at the silver linings.
I'm like, Jesus Christ. Hey, here's the thing. I feel like I haven't felt that way about a movie date in a long time, because I'm like, oh, like the way time has been going lately, it feels like stuff comes like out. Like they announced something, and I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, you know what? That'll probably be here before I know it. And next thing you know, it's here. But even on like summer 2027, it's like, dude, that's like the future. Like, like who knows if all 5 of us will be here in summer of 2027? Like, I hope so. Like, I got plans for us, but damn,
I don't even know if I'm going to be here at the end of this summer.
Oh, come on, Heck. I know it's that hot, but it's not that damn hot. Stay inside. Drink water, Heck. Drink water. But yeah, but I was just like, man, like there's a lot of ramifications if Sony ends up buying Warner
looks
Brothers
like
Discovery.
They were shooting for 2026, but now you got Spider-Man 4 and the Avenger Doomsday stuff. So it's just gonna be
yeah.
No, so what?
Even though
motherfuckers act like we don't have like 6 comic book movies a year plus some series.
And then your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man comes out that year too.
Yeah, so why not look
too much
like
spiders?
Too much spiders. Oh,
Spider-Verse, you're gonna get like 30 of them. So.
Right. Oh, whoa, what a problem to have.
I honestly, I 100% believe if the new Spider-Man movie wasn't coming out, Spider-Verse would.
He's also going to be in the Avengers Doomsday stuff. You know it.
Yeah. So yeah, but man.
So wait, if Sony buys DC, do they get the film rights too?
They get it's literally media streaming, all that. And so, you know, they would also own Mortal Kombat too, which is kind of crazy.
So everything will be streaming on Crackle.
So we can finally get fucking DC versus Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
I'm just like, that's crazy. So yeah. So I just wanted to bring that to the table and just get your all opinions and thoughts on that, because like, is that an exciting proposition for you all? Or are there any parts of that you're like, oh, I don't know if I want that to happen?
We'll see next week. I'll let you know. I'i'll get back to you.
What happened?
I don't care.
Oh, because what, Superman? Or what?
Yeah.
What? Oh, okay, got you. And you don't care, Mo?
Yeah, no, I don't care. It's all the same to me. Just give me good shit, and you know.
You know, if the deal goes through and the Spider-Verse movie is essentially done, they might have to like throw that out there as soon as possible before they lose the rights
to make some money back.
Yeah. So they should get you the movie earlier,
or do a backdoor deal with Disney.
That could happen too. Like they could totally be like, "Hey, we're gonna do this deal,
$60
but
billion,
you gotta let us
give you the movie.
You gotta let us put it out there in 2027."
Less than that.
Look,
early before that.
Joe, you have any thoughts on the potential acquisition? Like, is that a good thing for you? Bad thing?
Marvel getting Spider-Man back is a good thing.
I would agree. Yeah, man.
Then we can finally get Craven 2, like
Craven 2,
Madam Web 2.
Well, that's another news bit. Like Sony kiboshed all the spin-off Spider-Man stuff.
That's old news.
Yeah,
but
I mean, listen.
Now it's confirmed.
And listen, it should have been something that got done a long time ago. Like I don't like
confirmed after Craven.
Which one of these? I'm just saying, which one of those movies was the one that were like, "Oh, this is working for us"? Like it's Venom, just Venom.
Morbius. They released it twice.
Because I'm just like, dude.
No, they got conned. They got into the meme shit.
Yeah, I'm just like the Venom is the only one that was successful, and they released like 5 of them after that. They were all like terrible, and some of those were Venom movies, right? Like, I mean, even though I guess the Venom movies did decent enough, right? Like, did the third one tank or no?
They did better, but I think they went from the first one on. They started getting lower and lower.
Oh well, listen, that goes without saying. Like, you know, the first one shouldn't have done well. I don't understand what's wrong with audiences. Like, it's not good. None of these movies are good. I don't know who's watching them, and it's like, oh, we should put out more of these. You guys want to do a Craven movie? I don't know who that was.
I think the last one might have made a little bit, got a little bump because they probably thought there was going to be some Spider-Man in it. Because it was right after the multiverse stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure they thought Spider-Man was going to show up, or they were going to do something with that.
That's
They
wild,
said, nope,
man.
fuck that. We're going back.
Exactly. So, yeah. What do you all think, or would you all want a live action DC versus MK movie?
Yeah.
No.
Nobody wants that.
No.
No, we already got the Snyderverse.
And they're hard. It's hard enough to get like Mortal Kombat right on its own. You know,
Dude, Mortal Kombat movies have been fantastic lately, don't you think?
Movie.
I mean, I've only seen 3.
You mean ever, or you mean recently?
I mean, there's only been 3, right?
I mean, would you count
Mortal
animated?
Kombat? No, I'm not counting animated. I'm talking about just movies, like, live action.
Okay, Mr. Elitist. Okay, live action. So yeah, I guess there has only been 3 live action Mortal Kombat movies, right? Or maybe it's a 4. Is it 3 or 4?
I think it's 3. If we're counting the new one, right? The remake.
Yeah. But like, of those 3 movies, aren't like at least 2 of them pretty good in your opinion? Or what? You don't like any of them?
I mean, I like them just because of what they are, but they're not like, oh man, these are great.
You didn't like the last Mortal Kombat movie?
No, it was all right. It was,
Oh man,
like
the opening scene. Problems.
The opening scene was just like a ripoff of Demon Slayer.
The fucking movie has a dude that's not related to the games. It's basically Mortal Kombat Deception, where you have your own character going through the story mode.
Mortal Kombat Deception is amazing. Am I the only one that liked Mortal Kombat
but the movie
Deception?
wasn't the game either. You know,
the game is amazing.
Yeah.
The movie ain't the game.
I liked the movie, so I guess maybe I didn't realize I was alone in that. I thought it was.
I mean,
we did a review and we talked about it. So.
I like Scorpion.
Didn't we all like it? I was the only one that liked it. Damn.
It was like okay, but it's not, like it was basically just like a Sub-Zero movie or a Scorpion movie, but it's like I wanted to see more.
And then they got that dude like twiddling his thumbs.
And they pepper everybody else in. Like supposedly there's a Johnny Cage movie coming, and I guess that's what they're doing. They're just doing individual characters and maybe sprinkling some other characters. And I don't think that's the right move. Like,
well, they have Mortal Kombat 2, the sequel to that last one comes out, and that's got Johnny Cage in it.
But isn't it the story based around him?
I know he's a big part, but I don't know if it's based around him.
It's a big name guy, so.
When is that supposed to come out?
Summer 2027.
Summer 2027.
October of this year.
Okay, good.
I think Mo's right because I'm looking at the poster and it's Uncaged Fury.
Oh.
Well, because everybody bitched that he wasn't in there in the first one.
That's interesting. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Johnny Cage, but I didn't miss him that much that I was like, "Where's Johnny?" It's like it's cool. He'll get here eventually.
Like, if anything, the very first one, that's what really like where it did shine is like it gave everybody a little bit of a moment and their character motivations to like fit into the grand story without having to like focus on one over the other. Which it still kind of focused on Liu Kang more than anybody, but that was still part of a good story,
I mean, I feel like a good Mortal Kombat story should have at least 1 or 2 character focuses. So I don't mind when it's like
like that game where it was like Kung Lao and Liu Kang doing platformer, like a movie of that I would like, and but that game is designed for that.
Those Shaolin monks.
Yeah, that type of storytelling,
But but it's crazy to me just because I feel like the Mortal Kombat games have like some pretty amazing stories, generally speaking.
Like I love 3, like the story of 3, like
So okay, cool. Well, listen, you guys ready to talk about some Ironheart? Mo said no. I was like, no, I am not. Did you watch Ironheart by any chance, Heck?
I didn't even know it was out.
Oh, damn it!
That's because they did it all right, or somewhat right. They released it almost all at once, but not quite.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna talk about it. Let's do it.
Also, No, it's more about gel coat.
When the fourth round would...
Don't you call it?
Does it look good already?
Jumbo Scampi for limited.
All right. So, Ironheart is the MCU's latest television show on Disney Plus. This is basically the second half of the six episode series has released, and we're going to talk about it. There are going to be some spoilers ahead, so look, apologies, heck. But
it's fine. I ain't gonna see it anyway.
No, damn. Why? Now let's talk about that. Heck, why is it that you have like little or no interest in watching Ironheart on Disney Plus? Heck,
I don't know. I don't know how she fits into the bigger story. I have no motivation to find out.
Gotcha.
She doesn't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's
you're not there yet.
yeah. No, I hear that. Like, so that now, is it though? Like, I guess my question to you would be, like, do you watch any of the other series that they put out that you know?
I don't have Disney Plus.
Oh well, there it is. Well, that's a big thing.
I'm a poor Mexican boy.
That's fair. That's fair. Like, yeah, because I'm like, so it's just more about the idea, like, yeah, maybe. But even if you had it, you might be like, well, I'll get to it when I get to it. Like, like, did you have any interest, like, say for instance, in like watching like Hawkeye?
Absolutely not.
That's fair. That's fair.
Hawkeye is like, I can take him or leave him. I don't.
Well, it's not about Hawkeye though. I mean, it is Hawkeye, but it's not the dude Hawkeye.
What do you mean?
Either way.
The TV show, it's more around female Hawkeye.
But the female Hawkeye is like his daughter, right?
No.
Nah.
No. Okay.
Wait, but I mean, wouldn't you say they're both in Hawkeye?
Yeah, but she's the star and he's supporting cast.
Like any of the TV tie-ins to the MCU, if I was going to see any of them, it would have been She-Hulk.
Now, but why She-Hulk? Like, what was it about She-Hulk that makes you?
Because I like Hulk.
Because you like Hulk. Okay, got it. So it's the character itself that draws you.
Yeah, like if there's a chance to see Hulk, then I'll watch She-Hulk. If they don't show Hulk in the first season, then I'm out.
Got it. Okay, that's fair. That's interesting.
It's like Ironheart. If they don't show Tony Stark in the first season, I'm out, and I'm already out. So I'm just out. I'm like looking in, like
he dead.
Ain't there an urn or something like?
You know what? There is a yes. Made me think of Mo.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, here's
right.
Dad. Said hi.
There it is, for real. Like friggin' Mo and friggin' Ezekiel have similar relationships apparently. Like, oh,
dads, yeah.
I honestly thought it was a bag of cocaine. They started talking about it. Like, oh wait, this went a totally different way.
Right. All right.
Like, it's not even an urn. It's like was it like a paper bag?
It's a Ziploc bag.
Yeah, but it's in a paper bag or something.
So crazy
too.
So yeah, as I said, there will be some spoilers ahead, folks. So if you're listening and you don't want
you get
any
Ironmonger
spoilers
from the first movie, does that count?
Oh my god. So yeah. So Moses, you weren't here last week when we talked about the first 3 episodes. What were your thoughts on the first? Well, you watched it, I guess, just all in its totality.
Yeah, that's why I was a little late because I was trying to finish it, but I didn't get to. I still had like 20 minutes left of the finale.
Oh no!
Yeah.
So
that's the best part.
I know.
Like you should have started backwards.
Oh no! Listen, I should have told you. I should have been like, you know what? Maybe just skip those first 3. Like, oh man. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that.
Yeah, you explained it wrong. You know.
Well, look, one thing that I want to say right off the jump here is, last week we talked about we talked about basically, like, we gave our opinion on the first 3 episodes, and I said, the consensus is that it picks up in the next set, especially like in the last episode. And I was like, oh, like I honestly, I was like, I can't see that being the case. And then I watched these 3 episodes. And I was like, oh, I get it.
You guys didn't like those first 3 episodes?
I get it. I mean,
I didn't.
I can't say that I disliked it, but what I will say is that it makes some strange choices that I definitely didn't.
I'll tell you what made me feel better about it was when I realized that Ironheart is a villain story.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Well,
like,
see, I can see where you say that, but for me, I disagree. Like, I'm not entirely disagree, but what it is the duality of her, like, well-meaningness, but her ambition and what she's willing to do is usually that is attributed to the hood more in the comics. And they took that from him and gave it to her in here. And that's where I'm like, it's kind of like, in the end, she's going to be a hero, but this is her journey of, like, the learning the responsibility that comes with power and the sacrifices, but it's different than every other superhero's origin story, Yeah,
I don't think she ever becomes the hero. I think this is her villain origin story.
Well, I haven't finished it.
Because there's a lot of moments where I think, okay, now it's gonna happen. When somebody calls her on her crap and tells her you're a bad person, and she feels all sad about it, and then forgets about it and does something.
Keeps doing the same thing. Yeah, no, it's like a Breaking Bad story. Yeah.
I mean, it's a little different only because I think you did say it right, Mo. When it's like it's almost like the road to hell being paved with good intention type deal. And that's the thing where it's like, yeah, like in like Breaking Bad, it's more veiled, where it's like he's trying to, like, initially he's trying to convince himself that he's like, oh, well, I'm just doing this, for this reason. But then there's a point where you're just like, oh no, like he realizes, like, no, I just like doing this.
Yeah, that was like the best part of the whole series when he finally accepts it.
Right. He's like,
when he's telling his wife. When he's telling his wife.
Like, yeah, we heard you did it for us, but he goes, oh, fuck it, I did it for me.
Right. Now, like, Ironheart, I think, actually does, like, believe that she's trying to do the right thing, and, like, she believes, like, okay, hey, like, this, like, some of these choices I'm making are for the greater good. And yeah, it turns out a way. So I don't know. But how did you feel about the first half specifically, Mo? Like, how did you feel about, like, the first 3 episodes?
I didn't like some of the, like, changes. Like, I like what the comic, the Riri Williams from the comics was like. Right. Even though I didn't even get into it at first, just seeing her in other stuff, and she's grown a little more, and it's it's almost like she is almost like a genius scientist that's, like, ethical, like,
right.
And I like that. And here she's not, and I guess, I don't know, for some reason they have to make that to ground it more or something. I don't know. Like, I feel like they try to ground certain things more than they should, like, even to the point of, like, crappy design, like for, like, the hood, and it's like, until he finally wore the suit, he resembles the comic, but the character doesn't. Like, I don't even know why they even, like, gave him the same name, because his origin's so different, and like his personality is so different. It's like
Mhm.
now you really have to pay residuals more than you really should, because this is not the character that they created in the comics. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're right in the sense that they definitely take a lot of liberties with the MCU version of the Hood.
And
Even though I don't dislike that version, though.
That's why, like, I don't mind the changes as much as I just mind them calling him the same thing. Like, it's not the same character, so it's like it might as well just have the Hood. I mean, you already have the demon powering it be different, you know. Like, so it's like it's clearly not the Hood like how it was created. So it's like why bother like basing it on the comics? And you know, so it's like I'm like, is it really based on those comics? Kind of, it isn't. You know, and then like the Blood Brothers, they changed. You know, they made them instead of making them aliens, they made them, you know, illegal aliens. Yeah, they're like Hispanic. You know, so and you know, like Rampage, they changed. It's all these like kind of Tony Stark villains from like the 70s that they just reimagined, which I don't. And again, that's more of a grounding thing. They made it more street level. And I'm like, man, it would have been like a cool opportunity to show like some other cool villains that we haven't seen that like the Hood tends to work with sometimes, because he always makes a crew out of like, you know, he hires like the Rhino for something,
ragtag,
you know, and that's what kind of makes that the Hood cool. And so they kind of took that away, but you know, then when they give you opportunity to use these characters from the past that aren't being utilized in like Iron Man movies, like they're still like just water them down completely, you know.
It's interesting though, because thinking about it, like where you talk about like the Hood and the villains that he like will hire or assemble, a lot of those are Spider-Man villains. And they can't use any of those people.
Yeah. So I understand those, and I like that they use more like Iron Man villains. That because they didn't get a chance to use a lot of those with Iron Man.
But Iron Man's villain, like Rogue's Gallery, is terrible. It's so bad.
And again, and that's why they end up like this, because it's like, I mean, you know,
it's wild. I was like, and don't get me wrong, I don't dislike, honestly, even this crew. It's just like they're just not recognizable as any of the people that they're supposed to be for the most part.
I mean, they're all like, you know, forget race swapping or gender swapping, but they're all like species swapped too. Like,
right.
They really don't like aliens here, like, especially when you're talking about like, you know, Mephisto and multiple dimensions and stuff. Like, it's like he could, you know, and again, this Hood isn't like the type that could break out somebody from a superhero prison like the one in the comic would, you know. So it's like of course he's not gonna have these two alien brothers that beat motherfuckers up, you know.
So okay, cool. Look, dipping into some of these later episodes, Jay, what did you think about like episode 4 or 5 going into 6?
I thought they were all right.
Yeah, give me more, Jay. Expound. No. Or what you like about them the most, and then tell me what you thought you disliked the most about them, or dislike, or what did you like the least?
You know, they were there, like
the episodes.
Yeah,
it's like they were on the streaming.
All at once.
I scrolled down 4, 5, 6. Everybody's here.
It's hard for me because I don't really like the character.
Really? Now, why don't you like Riri Williams as a character?
I liked her comic book version better.
Got you. You don't like the MCU version.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So I'm kind of just watching and seeing things play out, and it's all done well.
Right.
If you don't know the characters and stuff, it's fine. And like me, I'm not like I don't really know the Hood or his gangs. Like I've seen the Hood in one comic.
Gotcha.
And I've seen like his snap card, which is like way different.
Well, the snap guard is even better than the one they use here. The dude they use here.
Yeah. So it's like I'm watching and it's okay. It's like, all right. Like, I guess the best thing about it is it's not annoying to watch.
Jay's bar is set super high, boy. It's like, I'm not annoyed. But I get it, because some things are annoying to watch.
Right.
Okay. I will take it.
I guess the best thing I can say is that for not liking this version of the character, I was still able to enjoy watching the show.
Okay, that's fair. Look, speaking a little towards that, like I had mentioned before that I had rewatched Wakanda Forever because I knew we were going to watch this series, and I was like, kind of psyched for it because I'm like, I didn't realize like how much I enjoyed that character in watching it the first time, just because there's so much happening. But when I was watching it with the focus of like looking at Riri, I was like, oh yeah, this character's cool. Like I'm gonna have a good time watching this person. And the person she is in Wakanda Forever is a completely different person than who she is in this series. And which, is understandable because I think I mentioned this before. She's like a freshman in college in Wakanda Forever. In this, she's a senior, like a super senior. So, a lot of time has passed, and like the difference between being 17 to like 21, like we're all different people between those two ages. So I'm not mad at her changing. It was just not what I was expecting. Actor? Yeah, it's the same. Yeah, same actress.
She didn't change Dominique. That much. She was already doing like unethical things to get her way. She still kept doing it. So
yeah, we had that conversation last week too, where we were like, yeah, but even though I'm gonna say, and I'll say it again, I was like, I feel like there's a difference between like plagiarizing homework versus like committing actual like crimes.
Well, that's the thing, like. That's what I like about the show too, because they expand upon that aspect of her character from the movie. So it gives you the origin of her unethical tendency.
Right.
Right. And I know Oz loves that.
Oh, look. Oz was ready to leave. He was like, lock her up. Lock her up. I was like, stop chatting that. But yeah, man.
If she sold her dad's business, she probably would have had the money she needed. Or rent it out to another mechanic and just get a percentage,
Yeah, but I don't think she wanted to do that. Like, but I hear you. You're not wrong.
Emily said that for somebody that's such a genius, he's pretty stupid because of some of the decisions she makes.
Everybody in this show is stupid.
Yeah, they do make some bad choices. And I guess in fairness, she does sell her stuff too. But like. It was interesting, the idea of like, did you all? You all got to the part where she talks about why she wants to build the suits, like basically like kind of rooting it in the trauma of losing her friend and her stepdad, and wants to make like first responder.
Yeah, but that's like the
suit.
fifth story she's given about why she's building the suit at that point. So why do I even believe that?
No, that's not true. Like every time
totally true. No, she's talking about she wants to help humanity. She wants first responders. She wants money. She wants
legacy.
The claim. Like every time it changes every time.
It might have changed like 3 times within the first 3 episodes, I think.
Listen,
it changes depending on who she's telling the story to. So when she's telling her family the story, I could see why she said, "Oh, I want to protect you guys." No, listen, I don't believe anything she says at that point.
I think that all those like she does say she wants to make something iconic, but that's not in relation to like her like, oh, why do you want to build this suit necessarily? I think she does say like, she wants to help humanity or whatever, but helping humanity and making suits for first responders is the same thing. It's just like it's a surface level answer, and I think that's the whole thing. Like she kind of gives the surface level answer, which are not untrue, but she doesn't go into the deep thing where it's like, okay, like let me tell you about my trauma and why I'm really building these suits. It's like, it's like how when somebody asks you
interviewing me,
right, exactly.
She's also like she's building her in the last episode. She's building her this suit to protect her family and friends. Everything she's trying to protect them from is because of what she's done trying to build this damn suit.
Yeah.
So she's the cause of her own trauma.
100%. Like that's, and I think that's part like the theme of the story.
That's her journey too, of learning how to like balance, but like how much is she really? Well, I don't know. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, you'll see when you get to those last 20 minutes. She did not learn a goddamn thing.
Yeah,
so
it's kind of wild.
Found out.
I don't like that she uses magic to power the suit.
Why not?
Because I don't like that.
Yeah, I got that part. Why not?
I mean, she's a genius. Like she's a genius, and she had access to like Wakandan technology, and she can find some source of power. Like fucking. She can probably invent a source of power that's different than Stark tech, but
I don't know why she can't build an arc reactor.
Yeah,
I mean, building
even a shitty one. I mean, Whiplash built one.
Yeah, like Tony Stark built one in a cave
with a box of scraps.
Yeah,
like there had to be something in Ezekiel's bunker.
Look, especially when they become friends, it's like at the end, like he could have probably powered her. Yeah.
Look, you talk about him with the cybernetics.
Yeah, he could just plug into her and like.
Whoa.
Every socket has a plug.
Oh, jeez. No, I think. I think that I mean, obviously not everyone can just build an arc reactor. It's a hard.
Yeah, but she should be able to. I mean, that's her story that she replicated the Tony Stark suit.
Wait.
Like she built the suit that Hammer Tech couldn't build.
Yeah,
like they were killing fools trying to build a suit like that, and she built it at college, like in her spare time, with an old Dodge. What was it? A Charger.
Right, and that's the other part too, is also resources, right? Like which the whole thing with the show is about too, where it's like she doesn't have all the resources.
Once she gets access to that bunker, she has all the resources.
I don't think that's true,
and I don't get why she
has more resources than she had, but that's not the same as the bunker isn't like Stark Industries,
and I don't get why she didn't own a 3D printer.
Yes. Wait, what?
Why she didn't have a 3D printer?
Why did she have a 3D printer?
Why she didn't?
Oh, why would she have a 3D printer?
She's an engineer. Like engineer, all they need is a little bit of code and a 3D printer. It could do anything.
That's how it works.
Especially when she has an AI helping her too.
I think she had a CNC machine because she did not fucking weld that car and make it look that beautiful. There's no like weld marks or pound marks on that last suit. Like
I don't even know what a CNC machine is. What's a CNC?
Larry's not a man.
It cuts it cuts metal.
Oh, I'm just not handy. I don't do that.
You don't need to be. It's a machine that does it for you. Like, it's literally hands off.
It's like a metal 3D printer before 3D printers were even
like it's almost like a sculptor, a 3D sculptor of metal things.
Oh, jeez. Okay, man. Is it big?
There's different sizes, yeah.
It would fit in that garage she's working out of.
Got it. Okay, cool. I do have to say, as you just talked about how good the suit looks in the end. Yeah, the final suit is beautiful. It's really nice. And that's something that I have to give this show props for. Like obviously Marvel Studios has been making armor, like armor special effects for, at this point, was it now 20 years? How long is it? Or almost 20 years, right? So it's like, if anything should look good from a special effects perspective, it should be Iron Man armor.
I mean, like I let it slide because it's a comic book based thing, and I can see in the comic book that's how it came out. But no, she's she's tearing apart a car to cobble together the suit, and it looks that beautiful. Like I didn't see any paint booth or it's just it's too good looking for how they say she built it. If she got her hands on like one of Tony Stark's fabricators, fine. I'm fine with that. But if you're telling me she took like a car door, cut out pieces to make like it's not gonna look that beautiful.
It should
at least
look
it's gonna
more
fuck
patchwork.
up at least make the paint like kind of messed up, or show them, hey, let's repaint it, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but it still looks pretty good.
They did imbue it with magic. Does that help?
It was already done though. That was like the final step.
Oh.
Yeah, but he's okay with that part of it. But...
I would have even if it kind of looked kind of like messed up with the paint, but then the magic like made it look beautiful.
Yeah.
All right,
again,
all right,
that's comic booky things. You got to let that shit slide.
And that's why it wasn't a big deal, because I know in the comic book they would do that. She'd come out of that garage with that beautiful, like everything's perfect suit.
I was just gonna say that the suit looks amazing, like like from a special effects perspective, like and I mean I feel like the suit every version of the suits have looked good throughout the series.
Even the crappy one at the beginning, like
well,
I didn't like that design. Like I liked something more like her, how she actually looked, like more sleeker.
Right.
But it still looked good, like it grounded, even though it's not really there.
You're right, right. No, it looks really good. But another thing that I will say for this series, and one thing that I didn't realize that I was gonna like as much, and this maybe flies contrary to what you were saying, Mo, is the introduction of the magic. Like I knew that the hood and that magical aspect was going to be there, but like introducing like Zelma, and like her mom, and like that whole aspect was a pleasant surprise, and I was just like, oh, this is cool. Like like we got a like full on like Strange Academy type thing going on here, and I'm like, that's pretty awesome. I did not know we were gonna do that. And like the characterization of Zelma is actually really good. Like it felt very much like the character from the book, which I enjoyed. And that character, like as soon as I like got introduced to that character in the books, I was like, oh, this is a cool character. I hope they keep that character around for a little while.
Lawrence,
and,
did you watch the post-credit scene?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Because I was feeling Zelma up until that scene, like, oh, she's dumb too.
Why is she dumb? Like, without spoiling, like,
no
why?
spoilers.
She's getting ready to just like dude shows up she's never met before, and she's just gonna show him like, oh, this is all magic shit. Look, just because you said I want to see some magic, she's already like ready to just show him everything.
I mean, I think that remains to be seen. I think, yes.
Hopefully it won't be seen.
But hey,
they definitely thought they were getting a season 2.
Yeah. Look, the way that this show ends, I was just like, I was honestly like kind of blown away by the ending, just because I was just like, I did not know that this is where we were going to end up, which I don't get to say that too often. It's like, I might not know every detail, but broad strokes, I'm kind of like, okay, I usually have a decent idea of where most things are going to go. And this, it went like it's someplace totally different, where I was just like, oh, okay, like let's see what happens next.
One thing that kind of I just went over my head. Maybe you guys can explain it to me. Why was Borat changing accents like randomly?
Because he's a trickster devil guy. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's about like who he's talking to in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But who knows? Like,
that's another design I didn't like. Like,
didn't you?
No, like, come on, man. Look, we could get the big red devil guy. Like,
yeah. I mean, we will.
Maybe.
I mean, don't we?
There's a like. They
show him in the spoon.
They do show him in the spoon. Yeah. Like I was gonna say,
That's
like, they're,
little.
like
Mo might not have seen that one.
I didn't get to that point yet. I don't think.
oh,
that's when he's talking to Riri.
okay. So yeah, so you gotta get a little further.
Yeah, you're
Does it
gonna
look like
get
the
him.
comic? Does it look like the comic?
Yeah.
If the comic were in a spoon.
You're looking way close to that because I'd like totally missed that.
Yeah. No, it's pretty cool. Yeah, but either way, well, I think my main takeaway, I think, from this series with these 6 episodes is the more the more I think about it, the more I feel like this should have just been a movie, and it should have been a movie like an MCU special presentation
and everything. Sorry.
Yeah.
Saw the picture.
Yeah, like maybe this, like, I kind of feel like this would have come across better as like one, like something you watch in a single sitting. And
I did
like,
watch it in a single sitting.
But like there might be like, and you trim the fat a little bit, like, you know, because like, yeah, the episodes, they vary in length, but you know, altogether it's what, I mean, it's like 5 and some hours, or maybe 5 hours total, whatever. Like I do feel like maybe like this could have been like a 2-hour special presentation type joint, and it might have been stronger in that as a body of work. Maybe we would have lost some stuff, but I might have come across as a cooler thing. And I think, you know, like the reception might have been better. Maybe I don't know. Like it's interesting, like people's take on the series from one week to the next, because I definitely feel like people weren't as happy with it last week. This week, people have different thoughts on it. So I don't know. What do you all think? Like, you know, I know you haven't quite finished it yet, Mo, but like, you know, Jay, Oz, like, what do you think of the idea of this being like a movie versus a TV show?
No, I would have liked that.
Yeah, something straight to streaming.
Yeah, there's still on Disney Plus.
There's a lot that could have been cut out, like a lot.
Yeah.
So
I
could
stuff
see it as a
in.
movie.
You want more stuff in, Mo?
Yeah, like I mean, the way the Hood uses his magic is like in Power Set is like non-existent. It just then disappears, and that's pretty much all he does. And then like the bending bullets thing, but I could even done without the bending bullets thing if he's using more like spell casting or, you know, something, you know, demon summoning, or, you know.
But that's like the Hood with the mystical guns thing is like, that's a big part of.
Yeah, but they barely even used it. Like he didn't use it as much as he could have, like, to display that it's a real power, like, you know, and or at least they didn't portray it the way the show was done. They didn't portray it like, wow, this is an impressive power that he has, you know. Like, you didn't even realize he bended bullets like that till somebody just says it, and it's like, oh, that's why he, you know, he shot over her shoulder, you know, and made sure the guy didn't die in the process, you know. So, but it's like, you know, it didn't look like he was, and that scene doesn't look like he's like, it looked like he shot and almost missed and almost hit her.
We've seen that scene a lot, and you don't need to bend bullets.
Yeah,
that scene.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, you look at a movie like Wanted where they do like the trick shot thing, and they're like, that's not even a superpower, that's just a skill set that they do.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I hear you. I hear you on that. You're right. Like Wanted makes it feel like more special. So yeah. So okay. Well, listen. What else do you all want to say about Ironheart before we start trying to rate things and all that jazz? What else do you all want to say about it?
The music was fine.
That's the overall sentiment. It's fine.
I didn't enjoy it at first, but it didn't bother me as much because they don't overdo it with the music too. Like
Yeah,
it's just done right, and even though it's not like stuff that I particularly
listen to.
Yeah, I've heard or like, but it
Mm-hmm.
fits the tone, and they don't overuse it. Like even the audio mixing of the music was was done well. Like so, and now that I don't have a fungus in my ear, I can actually hear it properly.
I did like the Xavier character, like her friend. I wouldn't have mind seeing a little bit more of him, or maybe
taking him out completely.
Well, I mean,
he's kind of inconsequential.
He like, and that's the kind of thing where I'm like, I almost wish that they would maybe have given him a little bit more of something to do.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, right? Like, if we were making it a movie and we got to cut it to less Xavier, I would be okay with that. But he was good.
And for good. A bunch of Star Trek fans, they are pretty dumb about their decision making too.
Oh man. So okay, well listen, you all ready to rate this? Let's do it. Look, we're gonna start with you, Moses. Well, what would you rate Ironheart?
I'll give it a 4. It was enjoyable, and I do want a second season, even though I don't know how this one ends yet. But I would like to see the character kind of grow into what I would like. But even if it doesn't, particularly what I'm used to, like I still want to see this one interact with the rest of the MCU as well. Got
it. Jay, how about you? Like, what would you rate Ironheart?
I would give it a 3 out of 5. Okay. Like, I didn't have a bad time watching it.
Okay. Sounds good. Oscar, what would you rate Ironheart?
I think I'll do a 3. It came up a little bit from last time. Because especially the last episode was more watchable than the rest. And like I said last week, it's poorly written, but decently acted. So it's not like it's a horrible TV show that I can hate, but it's not something I can enjoy either. So it's just kind of there. I think some people will enjoy it, some won't, but yeah, it's just there.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think overall I got to give it a 4. Like it definitely turned itself around in those last episodes. So yeah, I would give it a 4. Even though, like I said, I do think it probably would have been better as like a longer movie released on Disney Plus. But hey, I can't be mad at it. Like it and what I will say is, I am interested to see what happens next with that character. Like much more so than I would have thought. Like and that's not to say like like just with the direction and the feeling that I was left with after the first 3 episodes, I was kind of like, well, we'll see or whatever. But ending wise, I was just like, where are we going from here? And I'm honestly a little concerned just because I'm just like, I'm not sure when this story is going to get resolved. Because like
summer of 2027.
Right, exactly. No, for real. Like it feels like something like that because I'm like, I don't know, like with where we end up with this character. Like I don't know if this is a character that we're going to see in any of these next set of movies coming up. So, like I would venture to say probably not. And so, it's going to be interesting to see how and when this happens. Even though I guess technically that here's a thought that I did not realize could potentially be the case. It's like we have a whole side of Marvel that is like doing a thing MCU wise, right? Where we have, of course, Fantastic Four getting ready to come up, and then what do we got at the end of the year? There's a movie at the end of the year, right? MCU movie? No? Oh,
I don't think so.
I thought for some reason I was thinking there was, but maybe not. Oh no, you know what it is? It's I'm probably thinking about Wonder Man. Wonder Man, I think the
That's
TV
still
show.
coming out?
Yeah, I think that comes out at the end of the year. Yeah, I think Wonder Man comes out at the end of the year. So, but then next year, it's like that's when we start getting into Avengers stuff. And I'm just like, I don't think she's going to be part of any of that. But there are the rumors, right, about all this, like Midnight Suns and all that kind of stuff. And if those things do end up happening sooner than later, it's like those could be running like parallel.
Marvel Zombie comes out in October.
Oh, right. Yeah, well, look, I don't think she's going to make an appearance in Marvel Zombies, but maybe. But this is the point I'm making, where it's
maybe
like
a zombie version of her.
If there's like they're doing like, the whole multiverse saga thing on one end, and they're doing like mystical Marvel on the other end, is like those could technically be running parallel with each other. And I would not have thought Ironheart
in mystical Marvel.
Hey! I'm saying I would not have thought Ironheart would fit into that, but based on some of the things that happen in the show, it's like maybe that's where that story gets resolved. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a guest star type situation. So, yeah, we'll see. Okay, listen, you look okay. Make that face if you want to. No. Okay. Let's mess around and do some final thoughts before we get out of here. I'm gonna come to you, Heck, for some final thoughts first.
Final
once
thoughts.
we get the music.
Dun 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 dun.
There it is.
I haven't been doing much in the past month, so I finally caught up on a few things today.
Mm-hmm.
I caught up on Absolute Green Lantern and Absolute Batman.
Yeah.
That shit's wild, man.
Listen, we need to talk about that. I forgot we're supposed to do some have some conversation about Absolute Green Lantern. So yeah, we should definitely be talking about that soon.
Yeah, I'll come back next week and we can talk about it because.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we can talk about Batman too because.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been behind on the Absolute stuff, so I'm looking forward to catching up. So.
And I need to catch up on a few other things too. So yeah. Next week we'll talk about it. Read comics.
There it is.
Reading comics in 2025.
Right. As opposed to summer 2027. I agree.
Yeah. read them now, not later.
Jay, give me some final thoughts.
I got nothing this week.
Jay's got nothing this week. Okay, Oscorp, final thoughts.
Yeah, Absolute Green Lantern. I like what they did to my boy Abin.
Okay. Look,
I've only read the second one. I just picked up the latest today, so I'll catch that up today, this weekend probably.
Okay, cool. Moses Magnum, final thoughts.
I don't think I got anything, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm excited for Wonder Man.
That's fair.
I forgot they've been working on it.
Yeah, no, it's coming. It's coming.
It's a waste.
Oh wow, jeez, man! Already before we even get to the show.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be?
Yeah. There it is. For the entire Fantastic. No, it's gonna be a show. Yeah, it's a series on Disney Plus as well.
Just another thing I won't see.
Yeah. For the entire Fantastic Forum, thank you all so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate you. We'll be back next week. Until then, go ahead and let us know what you like, what you don't like, what you want to see more of. You can hit us, wherever you like. Join the Discord, hit us on YouTube, in the comments section, fantasticforum.live. Hit us up. We are the Fantastic Forum. Until next time, have a good night.